Welcome to Spoonful of Love. I'm Linda Barnard, and we're in my farm kitchen today in Sisney, and I'm going to talk about apples. Apples are great. They're, you know what they say about apples, apple day keeps the doctor away. So I'm going to give you some little ideas today on things that you can do with apples. I've got a basket of apples here on the island that has three kinds. Jonathan, which are the red peeling. Yellow Delicious, which is my husband Todd's favorite, and Honeycrisp. When I'm cooking in the kitchen, pies, using things like we're doing today, I like Jonathan because they hold well. They have a little bit of a tart flavor, which I like in my pie, not just overly sweet, and they just don't break down. Their peeling is somewhat thin, so you don't have trouble with the peeling. These apples have been washed, and I encourage you probably before the end of the month to visit our local orchards. We're very, very fortunate in our area to have really nice orchards in our area. They have great apples, fresh off the tree, a little bit better flavor than you would get at the store. I've been over several times, bought several bushel. I've been cooking lots of apples. So this recipe that I'm going to show you is really easy. It's something that is, you always have everything in your cabinet for it, and it's just fried apples. I'm going to cut up about this last one here. I am going to leave the peeling on for fried apples just because the texture, they hold together a little bit better while they're frying. Over on the stove, I've got a half a stick of butter melting for this. Okay, our half a stick of butter is melted. I use a non-stick skillet for this. Just kind of spread them out a little bit. Do notice that I've got the peeling on there. Kind of lay them down in there. Now I usually do a big skillet of apples. Just going to put a little bit of sugar in here. I don't want to take that tartness away from these Jonathan apples. I've got medium heat going. Can't eat an apple without a little bit of cinnamon. Some people prefer nutmeg. I do put nutmeg and cinnamon in my apple pie. Okay, so we're just going to let those sit there. But you can do this skillet full. Put your lid on. Just kind of watch them a little bit. And while we're waiting on those to get cooked, this is probably another family favorite. It's stewed apples. And what I've done, the Jonathan apple again, I have peeled these and quartered them. Put just a small amount of water in the bottom of your pan. And see how some of them didn't get down in that juice and they're plain, and then these are red. A little bit of sugar or sweetener if you have to watch your sweet intake. And then this is the secret. These Red Hots. They're just little cinnamon candies. Just sprinkle a few in there, maybe about 10 or 12. And let them melt down, and that makes the best cinnamon yumminess on those apples. It's a great side dish. It's really pretty. You've probably heard me say before that you eat with your eyes first. If it looks good, you're going to taste it. But that's stewed apples. They're good on top of cottage cheese, or just cold, served on the side. Or you can just eat them hot right out of the pan. Okay, so we're going to let those cook a little bit longer. Let's check on our fried apples. I wish you could smell that. It smells really great. It's not going to take very long for these to cook. This would be something that you could do, race home after work and throw some of these in the skillet and serve with a sandwich, or you know, just eat them. Good side dish. They're going to get soft, and going to be really, really good. So this is the apple show, I guess you could call it. Okay, we're going to wait on those a little bit longer. We're going to wait on the stewed apples also. This is a fun little dessert that I like to make, or a little treat. I call it the apple treat. This probably originated when I was in college, just a few years ago. And I had one friend that just ate, when we were hungry, sitting around studying, we would get hungry for something sweet, and she would eat dry cake mix. Another friend would eat a half a bag of chocolate chip cookies. I don't know, or chocolate chips. I don't know why we didn't make a chocolate chip cake. But I would get the pan out, and I would make this apple thing. Well, now it's easier to make it because you can use the microwave. I've got a small Jonathan apple that I'm just cutting the core out of. I'm going to leave the peeling on because I like the peeling. Slice it fairly thin, and this is a fairly small Jonathan apple. Put it in a Ziploc bag that will withstand the heat of your microwave. Okay, the next thing you need to do is put in a tablespoon of water. This is cold water. Just kind of sprinkle it on your apples like that. A half a teaspoon of cornstarch and cinnamon. I've just mixed those two together. Doesn't have to be precise, just about a half a teaspoon. Just kind of sprinkle that on there, on top of those apples, right there in the bag. So we've got the apples, we've got the water, we've got the cornstarch and cinnamon, and then I'm just going to use a package of Sweet and Low. You could probably use a spoonful of sugar, but we'll just do it like that. Now I want to talk to you about sweetener if you have diet restrictions and you can't use sugar all the time. Stevia is a good substitute. It's good for baking and cooking. And I think it has a little bit less aftertaste than Sweet and Low as far as baking. Now I'm going to zip this Ziploc bag closed, but I'm going to leave just a little corner open for the vent. I'm going to kind of squeeze that up and make that mixed up, just like that right there. Okay, let's check on our fried apples and see how they're doing. It should be about ready. Look how wonderful those look. The butter has thickened with the apple juice and made that little sauce. These are great served warm or cold. Okay, I'm going to clean up. Please come back because I've got something really neat I want to share with you later. So we'll be right back.
Does speed get your heart racing? Those thrills aren't limited to the open road. Accelerate your internet speed at home with Wabash's insanely fast internet plans, with speeds up to 1 gig and unlimited data usage. Want to see how fast internet feels? Call Wabash at 662-3636 to upgrade your internet, or visit us online at wabash.net. Service availability and internet speed will depend on location. Contact us for details.
Welcome back. Our apple treat that I cooked in the microwave is done. And that water and cornstarch made a little syrup. Let me get one of these out here. See how yummy that looks? And this is something else yummy. I took my leftover pie crust from an apple pie that I'm going to show you. Put just a little spread of butter on it to give the sugar and cinnamon something to stick to. And then I baked them in the oven. So it's like a little homemade apple cinnamon chip. Good. The apple's still warm. This is also good, this little apple treat, if you want to put it in your oatmeal or on top of ice cream. Works really good. Okay, I've got something in the oven I want to show you. My late grandmother always made her fruit pies in an iron skillet. Number one, you have an excellent handle to take it out of the oven with. And number two, the bottom crust is just really crispy and wonderful whenever you bake it in an iron skillet. And the third thing that I like, not too often do you have oven cleanup because it doesn't boil over, because the iron skillet is deeper than a regular pie plate. I don't usually cut the top of my pie crust to vent when I use a pie bird, because the pie bird acts as a vent, keeps it from boiling over, and he just looks kind of cute, I think. So, another great use of the Jonathan apple. Today is National Bologna Day. So we're going to make a bologna sandwich. I've got some bologna frying here in the skillet. And what I've done is I've taken my slices of bologna and made them look like a pinwheel. See that, with 4 little cuts? And that keeps them frying flat on the bottom. They don't puff up like a hat. And that way the whole piece gets browned and hot and yummy. I'm going to let them cook a little bit longer. I don't know when National Bologna Day was founded, but I guess they have a national day for everything. This is also National Mammogram Day, and I encourage those of you that are of age to get your mammogram to do that. 8 years ago, a mammogram saved my life. I am a breast cancer survivor. So talk to your family physician about when and where you need to have that done, because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And Flora Hospital just had their 5K Move for the Cure, and I participated in that. They did a great job. I think a lot of towns have events for that cause. Okay, back to our bologna. It is looking brown and good. So we are going to make a bologna sandwich. I think that is perfect. You can fry it as hard as you want to, but oh yeah, I think that's good. Let's stop there. We got a lot going on this counter here. Okay. First thing we're going to do with our bologna sandwich, I have 12 grain bread, which I love. I'm not a big mayo person, but I love mustard. So we're going to do a little squirt of mustard on here. Just like that. Next comes the bologna. Since it's National Bologna Day, I think I'll just have both pieces. Gotta make it just right. Okay, the next thing is cheese. And I like to do something fun with my food. So I'm gonna cut this cheese in shape of a leaf with my cookie cutter. Nobody's gonna know but me, because I'm the one that's gonna eat it. But look at that, how pretty that is. Let's do another piece since it looks so pretty. And then you can use these other pieces, put that on somebody else's sandwich and kind of fold it up, and they won't know that it was pretty one time. Okay, and then we're going to do, I like a little bit of onion on there. Some onion rings. Well, this smells really good. A tomato is always good. Right there on top. Let's do some pickles. These are bread and butter pickles, my favorite. better do a little lettuce. Okay. Let's see if we can cut it, keep it all together. Look at that, how great that looks. How about that? Fit for a party. My apron is a compliment of my good friend Galen Dunn. He went recently to a sale and they had lots of these aprons and he bought me a box full. So thanks, Galen. It keeps my shirt clean. Makes me look professional. So enjoy your apple recipes that I've shared with you. They're easy and fun, and appreciate you coming in and watching us, and we'll see you again next time on Spoonful of Love.